Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I am going to teach you how to automate sending WhatsApp messages using Python. So if your WhatsApp on your phone and WhatsApp web have not been connected before, I want you to go ahead and connect it now together, connect them together. So go to your browser on your computer and search for WhatsApp web. Click the first link that comes up and a QR code is going to be generated on the page. The next thing you need to do is open WhatsApp and click the three dots that are vertical at the top right of your phone and then click linked devices. Now I want you to scan the QR code and your WhatsApp web and your phone's WhatsApp are going to be connected. Now you can go ahead and close the tab and we can start the project. So we'll start by installing the module that we need, the library that we need. So we'll go to our command line and run the command pip install pywhatkit. Pywhatkit is a library that we need to be able to send WhatsApp messages. So once you do that, of course, create a Python file and open it with your code editor and then import this module into the project. We'll say import pywhatkit. Now, how exactly does this library work? This library works by accepting a set of parameters. It accepts the phone number, it accepts message, it accepts the time, hour, and time minutes that you want this message to be delivered. Now, the number that you're going to be inputting is the recipient's number, and the number must be entered with the country code. So, for example, I am from Nigeria, and whatever number I am going to be inputting must start with +234, because +234 is my country's code. Now, we need to start by creating variables that are going to accept these particular parameters from the user. So since number is the first variable and first parameter, we're going to create a variable and name it num. We'll say num is equal to input, and we'll say enter recipient's number, and then we'll put colon there. After doing that, we'll just put a print statement and we'll leave it empty because we want to create space since it's a terminal-based program. And the next thing is it accepts the message. So we'll create a variable and name it msg, and we'll say input, create an input tag, and then we'll say enter message. And then the next thing we need to create is the variable that's going to accept the time of delivery. So how exactly does this work? Whatever time that we're going to be inputting into the program must be converted into an integer, because the as you can see from here, the function works by collecting hour and minute in the form of in the integer data type. So we need to first create a variable that accepts the hour and the minute, and then it's going to split it into two parts. That is the hour and the minute, and then it's going to convert it into an integer. Like, just convert both into integers. I'm going to show you how. So we'll now come here and put another print statement, and we'll create a variable named TOD, which stands for time of delivery, and we'll create an input statement, and we'll say enter time of delivery, and then we need to create a format that we want the users to input it in, and we'll say 8:45. And then we'll put colon here. Now we actually need to split these two items into this. We need to split whatever the person enters into two items. That is, the 8 is going to be on one side, which is the hour, and the 45 is going to be on one side, which is the minute. Now, how do we do this? We do this by using the python.split string method. So we'll create a variable and name it splitted, splitted. It is splitted time, and would say it is equal to tod.split. Now, splitting works by using a particular selector. Now, using a selector, it's going to break whatever string it is into two parts. So whatever is on its left side is going to be the first part, and whatever is on its right side is going to be the second part. Now it's going to split them into two parts, so there are going to be two items in one list. Now we're going to use Python indexing to access items in a list. I'm going to show you how. So what we need to do now is we'll put our quotes there, and then we'll put colon because we want the colon to be the item that we are using to split the time, because we have 8 on one side colon and then we have 45 on the other side. So what we're now going to do is we'll come here, and then we now need to create a variable. We'll name it hour is equal to splitted time, splitted splitted underscore time, and then using indexing we'll grab it using passing 0 into it. I'm going to explain why we're doing this. And we would say minutes, I would say is equal to splitted time, and then we'll pass in 1. Now anytime we have a list in Python, the first item has an index of 0. In Python, indexing starts from 0, 0, 1, 2. So the first item has an index of 0. The second item has an index of 1. Like that. So since this hour and minutes have been split into 2 parts. So the first one is split into 2 parts. So there's a list that contains the hour and the minute. So the first one, we are grabbing it using indexing, and that's why we're using 0 for the hour and 1 for the minute. So the next thing that we now need to do is that we need to take note that this hour and minutes need to be passed into the program as integers. So what we'll do here is that we'll come here and we'll put the int function to convert whatever the person inputs into an integer. So it's converting the string into integer format so that it can be used properly by the program. If it isn't converted into an integer, the program is going to throw an error that it's expected an integer, not a string. So we pretty much have all the parameters that we need. All we need to do now is just to pass all these parameters into the function. So what we'll write here is we'll say pywhatkit dot send what message, and then the first thing we need to pass in is num. After that, we need to pass in the msg, that's the message. After that, we need to pass in the hour, and then after that, we need to pass in the minutes. So this is basically all the code we need to write for this. Now I am going to run this code in the terminal. Now I also want you to take note of this. If you want to get the code to this project, there's a link in the description below that is going to take you to my GitHub page where you can get the code to this project. Please kindly don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. So it's going to ask us to enter whatever number we need now, and I'm going to start by saying +234, my country's country code, remember that, and then I'm going to enter the number that I have here. So this is 70611821667. Now I'm going to press enter. Then it's going to ask me to enter the message I want. So I would say I am the Proton guy, and I am going to press enter. Then it's going to ask me to enter the time. So I'm going to say 1:49. Okay, it said call must be greater than wait time. Okay, so if you see this error when you run your code, what it means is that you need to put a time that isn't so close to the present time. That is, the time was 1:48 now, but I put 1:49 to be the same time. So you have to put set the time to something that isn't so close to the present time. So I'm going to run my code again, and I'm going to input the number as usual. Okay, this is taking forever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to enter the number, and then I'm going to enter the message, and I'm going to enter time of delivery as 1:50. So once I press enter, you can see it says in 3 seconds WhatsApp will open, and after 20 seconds your message will be delivered. Now I want you to also take note of this. Make sure that your phone is in close proximity to your laptop or your computer, and make sure that your phone has access to the internet so that your laptop and your phone can be connected together. So what this program is doing right now is that, as you can see, it's opened a new tab in my browser, which is Chrome, and it's going to open WhatsApp web for us. It's going to open the particular number that we inputted, and it's going to send that message to the number. Now, isn't that great? Automating is very fun and it's very, very interesting. So it is loading now. So we're just going to pause here and wait for it to load. And as you can see, this number was the message and Proton guy was set to the particular number that I set it to be sent to. So this is actually very, very great and fun. It's a cool project for beginners. So if we go back to our code editor now, we can see that the code has stopped running because the message has delivered. So please, if this was helpful, if you like seeing content like this, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thank you.